Okay. Welcome back to your live virtual classes, Foundation Paper 1 Accounting. So we have started with the chapter number 7, module 1, mein chapter number 7, unit number 1, which is the final accounts. Okay, final accounts of sole proprietor. Tech support, can you put yourself on mute? Tech support, put yourself on mute, please. So now coming back, everybody else also, we are in the final accounts of the sole proprietors. Okay. So the last class we have done few illustrations which we thought it to be really difficult. Illustration number 4, illustration number 7, illustration number 12, and then practical questions 2 we have done. Okay. So this sort of gave you a gist of whatever was happening and the adjustments. The main thing that we saw in the last class was the adjustments. How difficult or what are the different kinds of adjustments that can be there. So for a fast recap, whoever is there on this, please unmute yourself. Tech support. I think you are the... Yes, put yourself on mute, no? Somebody, I think I should mute everybody. Tech support, just disable, no? Like nobody can unmute themselves except for me. Yes, please. So coming back to the point, what did we see in the last class? What are the adjustments? The first adjustments that we saw, the first adjustment was closing stock. Always closing stock will be given out of the trial balance. Why? At the end of the year, they will count the closing stock physically, and after that only you will be getting the amount or the value of the closing stock. That is the reason it will not come or not form a part of the, that is why it will not come or form a part of your trial balance. Okay, it's an adjustment. Whenever there is an adjustment, you need to give two effects. Okay, so the two effects are trading account on the credit side and on the balance sheet. In the balance sheet, current assets, you will show it. This is the first adjustment. Adjustment number 2, depreciation. Fall in the value of fixed assets. If you have fixed assets in the question, depreciation as a percentage will always come in the adjustment. You should take the percentage, apply it on the value of the asset. Then the amount of depreciation will be a P&L account debit side because it is an expense, non-cash expense. And the second effect in the balance sheet with the respective fixed asset, you are supposed to subtract it and show it in the balance sheet. This is the point number 2. Point number 3. Point number 3 is when you give away the goods. Now the goods can be given away for under various situations. The first thing is I can take it for personal use. If that is the case, the entry will be this account debit to purchases account. Why, madam, you are crediting purchases account? The goods are reducing, but I don't get any money. It is not sale. So in that case, what should I debit? Drawings. Why? Because it is a personal use. Whenever there is a personal use, to differentiate it from the business use, you take it to a separate account called as the savings account. Madam, I have distributed free samples. For the purpose of advertisement of your own firm or your own company or the business, you will give away certain goods freely. That is for solely for the purpose of advertisement. Then the entry will be advertisement account debit to the purchases. Whatever expense is an expense that will come into the P&L. The third thing, I can give it for charity purposes. When you do that, the adjustment or the entry will be donation account debit to purchases. Purchases will get reduced and donation will go and sit in your P&L account as an expense. 3 things over. Accrual concept we learnt. We learnt that the basic accounting principle is that the accrual concept, which means that the expenses and the income for the full year, 12 months accounting period, has to be accounted in your P&L account. Expenses and income for 12 months, irrespective of whether paid or not paid, received or not received, we are supposed to show it in which account? P&L account. Now, due to this, we got 4 adjustments coming into the picture. First is the outstanding expenses. These expenses you should pay during the year, but you have not paid. But no problem. Outstanding expenses, add it with the relevant expense. And in the balance sheet, take it under your current liabilities. Point number 1. Point number 2, prepaid expenses. The prepaid expenses are paid in advance. So what you can do, you have to subtract it from the total expense because it does not pertain to the current 12-month period. It is for the next year. I paid this year itself. Subtract from the relevant expense and show it under the current asset. Point number 2. With regard to income, Accrued income means income that you are supposed to receive but not yet received during the current year. So add it with the income side. Okay, add it with the income side and please take the same amount into your balance sheet as a current asset. Advance income. Income pertaining to the next year, now itself they have given. That is your liability. Subtract it from the relevant income and then take it into your balance sheet under current liability. This much we saw with regard to the accrual concept. And then we saw if there is an abnormal loss and you get an insurance claim, how to deal with that. The total value of the abnormal loss should sit in your trading account credit side. And whatever the company, whatever the amount the insurance company is giving you, that will go into the balance sheet. It will either come as cash received from the insurance company or it will just come as insurance company on the debtor side. So either of the things will happen. And then the net loss, whatever is the net loss, total loss or whatever the total loss minus the insured value will give you the net loss. That net loss will go and sit in your P&L account on the debit side. Don't raise your hands, please. I just started off with the session. I've not even gone into any particular problem. I'm just refreshing whatever we have done earlier. Is that okay? And the next adjustment that we saw was provision for bad and doubtful debts and bad debts. Provision for bad and doubtful debts, always open an account. Very simple adjustment. Open an account. It is a liability. Opening balance will come on the credit side. Okay. The closing balance will come on to the debit side. On the debit side, bad debts will also come. And the balancing figure is nothing but the provision amount increase or decrease to be taken to the P&L account. Okay. So here there is a small difference. You will be showing the P&L amount in a different way. That is the different amount you will take. And with respect to the debtors, the second adjustment is there. No, you will go to the balance sheet. Debtors, you have to subtract the closing provision, not the P&L amount, but closing provision. And here we learned an extra concept. Madam, what if the bad debts are given as a part of my adjustment? That was illustration number 4. If bad debts are given as a part of your adjustment also, no problem. Take it into your provision for doubtful debts account. That is one effect. Now the second effect is while computing the closing provision, subtract this particular bad debts ka value from the receivables, from the debtor's closing balance and then compute your provision. Okay. If bad debts are coming inside the trial balance, no effect, only one effect. Take it and put it in the debit side of provision for doubtful debts account. If bad debts are coming outside the trial balance, then what you should do? Apart from putting it on the debit side, you should also go and compute the closing provision. You should also go and compute what? Closing provision. In the closing provision, again subtract bad debts once again from the debtor's balance and compute the closing provision. This much we saw. We did that illustration number 12, which was a very big illustration. Okay. I asked all of you to go back and try. 2 days you had holidays. Did you all try whatever we finished in the class? And then I also asked all of you to start working out on the practical question number 1 and your illustration number 13, because that was what was pending. Did everybody of you try? Did you? Because if you don't try, if you don't practice these kind of scoring subjects or scoring chapters, especially in accounts, you might lose marks because you need to maintain on the time. Now we'll be going ahead with the illustration number 13. I will be explaining the adjustments for you and you people have to do the question. So this particular 13th one, it says, following are the balances extracted from the books of Maple States. So this is given to you. Additional information, there are some points. All of you please see, purchases include sales return and sales include purchases return. So what has happened? Mistake. There is an error. So rectification of errors chapter you would have already done. The same thing now it is coming here. So now they are telling purchases wrongly include sales return and sales wrongly include purchases return. So abhi kya karna hai? You need to reduce the value. So sales and purchases, they wrongly include some amount. So now reduce the amount. You need to pass the rectification entries. All of you please be very careful. Okay. Shobhya, okay, I'm coming. I'm doing everything. Please listen to me. The first step or the first adjustment says purchases include sales return. Sales include purchases return. So both the purchases and sales should be reduced. Okay, so credit the purchases and debit the sales. Why, madam? The first step is the wrong balances included in these two accounts has to be reduced. Is that clear? Now, after reducing, what does now tell me purchases include the sales return. So 2575 is the wrong amount included in the purchases, and here 1725 is wrongly included in the sales. Okay, madam, now I've reduced this, but I have to make an entry for sales return and purchases return. Sales return has a debit balance. So debit the sales return now. What is the sales return amount? 2575. Credit the purchases return. So this is a complex entry. This is called compound entry because we have more than two accounts coming into the picture. Sales and purchases to remove the effect we have done. Sales return and purchases return to enter the effect we have done it like this. Is that clear? So here it will be being the rectification entry passed. Okay, now what is the effect of this in my trading account? Simple. From the sales value, what is the total sales given to me in the question? The total sales that's given to me in the question is purchases is there. Where is sales? Opening stock. Provision for doubtful debts, sundry debtors, creditors. Am I not able to see? Yeah, sales is given. 2,15,300 is the sales. So from that, the first thing is how much you have reduced. 1,000, this much you have reduced, and now you have to reduce the sales return also, which is 2575. What is the actual sales value? What is the revised sales value, ma? After the rectification entries, oh, I'm sorry, you're not reducing this value. You are adding back this value and then subtracting this value. My dear students, please see here. First, what you're doing is you are supposed to add back that value because from the sales you have wrongly included, right? So that you are going to remove. No, no. What I did is right only. Sales account debit means this is a minus only because you are subtracting the value. Okay. Now tell me the final answer, no? Somebody can you add and tell me the final answer? 2,13,000. Just tell me what is the value of this, anybody? The purchases also. What is the value of the purchases here given to you in the trial balance is 1,60,000 minus wrongly included 2,575, and now you have accounted for the purchases returns which is 1,725. So here it will be here also there is this particular amount that is to be reduced. How much will it come to? 1,725,003. 4,300, and this gives you 4,156, 155, 700. Okay, so this much is with regard to this particular adjustment. Now come to the adjustment number 2. Please wait. Further, you can have some deductions from the purchases also, no problem. But now this is the thing. Goods drawn by Mr. XYZ for own consumption, 3,500, which is included in the purchases. So in the purchases, wrongly, the goods that you are using for your personal use has been included. What is the entry that you pass? When you use goods for your own consumption, what is the entry that you have to pass? Can anybody tell me the entry? What you have passed? I want everybody of you to answer. What is the entry that you have passed when goods are taken for the personal use? You have wrongly shown it in the purchases account. So now, very good. It should be drawings account debit to the purchases account. Okay. So it will be 3,500, 3,500. Now you are rectifying the entry. Simple. Now the third one. All of you please see here. The third entry is nothing but they are telling you wages paid for the installation of plant and machinery 450 were included in the wages account. When you are purchasing a fixed asset and you are giving wages for installing the fixed asset, you should add the wages with the fixed asset amount, not in the wages account. Wages account will be given to the regular workers who are working in the factory. But when you get a machinery, for installing the machinery, if you pay the wages, it should be taken where? It should be taken to the asset account. So now plant and machinery. Now you tell me wrongly debited to wages. So now credit wages. Reduce the amount from the wages account 450. Now plant and machinery account 450 rupees will increase. So now you have rectified this particular entry. Clear everybody? Do you have any doubt with this particular thing? Now the next entry is the fourth entry, free samples distributed to the public costing 825. When you distribute free samples, I have already told you, advertisement account debit to purchases account. 825, 825. This is the entry now recorded. So my dear students, with this purchases, okay, with this purchases, you have to subtract two more things. One is 3,500 rupees. The next one is this 825 rupees, correct? Now, how much is the actual final answer for your purchases? Can you tell me? Apart from this, I don't think there is anything. 3,500 will give you 150 to 200. 150 to 200 will 151. 375 is the purchases value. Okay. Everybody with me? Now we have the next adjustment. Yes. Good. Now all of you please see the next adjustment. You are supposed to create simple. Create a provision for doubtful debts at 5% and provision for discount on debtors. So there are two things here. Come to the trial balance and then check if there is any provision for doubtful debts ka opening balance. Do you have any provision for doubtful debts opening balance? Yes, madam, you have a opening balance. Do you have a bad debt? Yes, madam. And then please open if everything is given to you. See, bad debts recovered. No, my dear students, bad debts recovered will not come into your provision for doubtful debts account. So we are opening provision for doubtful debts account. Okay. And the opening balance of 3,200 will come on to the credit side. Clear? It will come on to the credit side. Now we have two bad debts. That bad debts, I will bring it here. In your textbook, they have taken bad debts into the P&L account. Okay. And shown the difference between these two. Don't do that. Since you know this particular opening of the account, please do it like this. Now the closing balance is 5% of the debtors. How much are the debtors, my dear students? The debtors are 1,20,000. How much is this? 1,20,000. So this is 6,000 rupees, correct? So now balance the account 7,100, 7,100. And here it will be how much? By P&L account. How much is the amount that you will be taking? 3,900 will go to your P&L account. That's all. 3,900. Simple thing. Open this account. Simply it will get over. And in the balance sheet, the debtors value will be 1,20,000 minus 6,000 again. Correct? 1,20,000 minus 6,000, 1,14,000. But don't stop here. There is provision for discount on debtors. ये क्या होता है मैडम? Now for the bad debts you are giving them a thing. Okay, for bad debts you are making a provision. The same way for the people who are good debtors who are wanting to pay it in time, if you want to give any commission, if you want to give any percentage, if you want to give any discount, for that also you can create the provision. So here it is given, create 2.5% provision on 1,14,000. How much is 2.5% on 1,14,000? Always, my dear students, if there is provision for doubtful debts, remove the closing balance from the debtors. Remaining only are the good debtors. On the good debtors only, you should calculate the discount provision because only they will pay. No, that is the logic. Correct. 2850 is the closing provision value. Correct. But my dear students, all of you please see here. Even if there is a provision closing we are making, already there is something else which is given to you. So I have opening provision so much and now the closing provision is so much. So what should go into the P&L? My dear students, into the P&L account always the difference. I know 2850 closing I should maintain, but already I have 1375. So the remaining portion, what is the remaining portion? 1475 will be going into the debit side of my P&L account. How much it will go? 1475 will go into my P&L account. Okay. Then madam, what is the balance that will go and sit in my balance sheet on account of the debtors? It will be 1,14,000 minus 2850. What is the remaining balance? That is 2850. 2,000 minus 1,12,000. 1,11,150. 1,11,150 will be the answer. Now, my dear students, I will show you the same thing how they have presented in your institute material presentation. Same thing only. Nothing big, nothing less. All of you please see here. The provision for doubtful debts 3,900 which we got. Very good, exactly. Now please see here provision for discount also. How we have done, they have taken it here. And then come here. See the debtors value 1,11,150. Simple thing, correct? Any doubts? Now we come to the next adjustment, depreciation to be provided on plant and machinery 15% and on furniture and fittings is 10%. What is furniture and fittings value? 10,250. Do you have anything else purchased? Always you people should check with the furniture. Is anything purchased during the period? Do you have anything purchased? No. So on this value, which is 10,250, you are going to show 10% on that. And plant and machinery 15%. What is the actual value in the books? 19,550. So now compute the depreciation. Depreciation ke liye, I'm coming this side. All of you please see the first one is the furniture. In furniture, 10,250 into 10% gives you 1,025. Point one. After the furniture, okay, plant and machinery. Here you should see 19,550 plus you pass the rectification entry. You have increased the value of plant and machinery by 450. That means the total value is 20,000. On 20,000, you should compute this particular value of 15%. It gives you 3,000. So 4,025 is the depreciation which will go into the P&L account debit side. Furniture ka value this minus this and the plant and machinery value is 17,000. So 10,250 minus this will give you 9,250 minus so 9,225 will be this answer. Is this clear? Till this, I have not done anything. Only the plant and machinery value I have increased. Why did you add 450, madam? Because the wages paid for this particular plant and machinery installation should be added with the final value. That's all. So 4,025 will go to the P&L account. These two will go into the balance sheet because they are your fixed asset. Now, my dear students, the last adjustment which everybody were asking me, madam, closing stock, there is some particular thing which we are not able to understand. My dear students, it's a very simple adjustment. Please listen very carefully. Bank overdraft is given against the hypothecation of stock. Bank overdraft outstanding as on 31/2022 is considered as 80% of the real value of the stock. That is 20% deducted as margin. And after adjusting the marginal value, so there are two values that we are talking. Real value hai, marginal value hai. Okay. Now, what is the value of the overdraft? 80,000 is the value of the overdraft. Now, the closing stock is not given to you directly. Okay, adjustment may closing stock has an little bit working that you have to do. Okay, whenever you go to the bank to take a bank overdraft or working capital loan, that is for the purpose of continuing or doing your business, you want to get a loan, that is called as working capital loan. Any working capital loan will be given only if you are going to give them security of your current assets. Okay, so stock will be given to them as a security. Okay, now the bank loan value which is outstanding is given to you clearly 80,000, and they tell you there is something called as the real value, something called as the marginal value. They say 80%, they say 80%. So now I will use a small example. Suppose consider the closing stock actual value was say 100 rupees. Okay. Closing stock का actual value है 100 rupees. Now out of the 100 rupees, if you give 100 rupees as security, will the bank give you 100 rupees as your Will bank give you 100 rupees as your loan? No. Bank will always reduce the value and then only give you the loan. It is for the safety of the bank. So first thing they were telling, 80% of the marginal value only they will get as loan, or they will get as the loan. So out of 100 rupees, 80 percentage gives you how much? 80 rupees, the first reduction. And again they are telling you, out of this 80 also, again only 80% I will be giving you. Why I will be giving you only 80%? Because 20% is my margin for safety. So just 64 rupees will be coming here is what they are telling. Yes. So my dear students, please be very, very careful. This 64 rupees is nothing but 80,000 ka loan. You should now understand what is 100 rupees. 64 rupees is the actual loan. If we take the example of 100 rupees, correct? So now what is the actual value of the closing stock? This is the thing or how you should understand. Now can you tell me 80,000 by 64 into 100? 100 into 80 into 80. Yes, I'm right. How much are you getting? Are you getting 1,25,000? Yes, everybody. Now did you all understand this particular concept? Yeah. Any doubts with this? Whenever the bank is giving you a loan, it will reduce the value and only give the loan. 2 times it has reduced the value by 80% and 80%. Okay. If suppose it was only 80%, simply you would have done 80,000 divided by 80%, take 1 lakh as the value. But here 2 times 80% is given. So do one more time. No, that's all. Do you have any doubts with this? All of you, please see this particular thing. Are you all okay? Done with this? That's all. So closing stock of 1,25,000 will come in the trading account and it will come in the balance sheet under the current asset side. That's all. Repeat once again. Okay, please see here, my dear students. You are supposed to compute the closing stock value using the bank loan. Okay, closing stock is not given directly to you in the question. So how do I do that? It is given to me. I know the bank loan, what is the value? 80,000. And there are two adjustment which says whatever is the value of the closing stock, of that 80% value we will first give you. That is called as the real value or the marginal value. Again, after arriving at that particular 80%, again I will reduce 20% as the margin. So the simple thing is, don't get confused, very easy. If closing stock is 100 rupees, you are going to apply the percentages given to you in the question. Is question may 80% and 80% is given to you. So 100 into 80 into 80%. What is the answer you will get? Okay, 2 times why you are multiplying? Because the bank is 2 times reducing the value to give you the loan. Okay. So I have taken an example. If closing stock is 100 rupees, I multiply 2 times the 80 percentage and I get 64 rupees. So 64 rupees is the actual loan. If you give 100 rupees closing stock as the security to the bank is giving you a loan of 64 rupees. Now this 64 rupees, you know, it is 80,000. It is max calculation. For 64 rupees, I'm getting 80,000 as loan. For 100 rupees of the closing stock value, what is the total value of the closing stock? Which is 1,25,000. That's all. Is this all clear to everybody? Any doubts, ma? I want all of you to type here, okay? So with this, we finish your illustration number 13. If you're going to post everything in the particular, in your particular accounts, the trading account, P&L account and balance sheet, definitely your answer will tally. Shweta, now understood? Somebody was asking, Neha, are you there in the class? Very good. Neha, are you there in the class? So this is the total thing or the total question. Ujjwal, did you understand? I think Neha was consistently asking me illustration 13, seventh adjustment. So seventh adjustment is very simple. Whatever percentages it is given, you are supposed to multiply it twice. Okay? You are supposed to multiply it twice and take it. Now I will do the practical question number 5. Did you all try the practical question number 5? It is all missing figures that is given to you in the question. Okay. Complete missing figures are given to you in the question. So with that, you are going to do. First adjustment. Why are you stuck, Mr. Pradeep? First adjustment illustration 13 is very simple, ma. Okay. You don't have to do anything with the 20%. 20% is already you have deducted. No, 80% is the value that you are getting. Okay. Okay. Everybody else you have done. Pradeep, the first adjustment in illustration 13 is very easy. See, sales return is taken wrongly into your purchases. Purchases return wrongly taken into your sales. Okay. So Pradeep, the first thing is you should now reduce the value of sales and purchases. That is point 1. Sales has a credit balance. If you want to reduce sales, debit the sales account. Purchases has a debit balance. If you want to reduce from the purchases, please put it on the credit side. So sales account debit to purchases account. Point 1. The next one is sales return, purchases return. Sales return will have a debit balance always. So now record it. You have wrongly put it in the purchases. Now you removed from purchases, but now you have to record it. No, you should bring it into the book. So to record it, you are going to debit the sales return account, debit to purchases return credit. That's all simple. Now the next one, the practical question number 5. A very easy question, yeah. Okay. All of you please see here. Mr. Birla is a proprietor engaged in the business of trading electronics. So he has given you the trading and P&L account for the year ended. Okay. So his trading and P&L account looks like this. To cost of goods sold is 45 lakhs. You don't know the value of sales. So sales is termed as C. And then to gross profit. Okay. There is gross profit value. You don't know, that is D. And the total comes to F. And then here you have to rent. Rent account is 26 lakhs. And then to office expenses is 13 lakhs. To selling expenses, you don't know, that is again B. And this side, whatever gross profit comes down. And by other income or the miscellaneous income, E. And come down a little bit to commission to manager is given as 2 lakhs. There is something written as before charging such commission. That is 2 lakhs. And to net profit, you don't know. That is the first one, A. And the final balance is here they have given you 60 lakhs. And this is given to you as G. Clear, everybody? So on the net profit before charging such commission, this is one point. And all of you please see here, commission is charged at the rate of 10%. Selling expenses 1% of the total sales. Now please see, I have written the entire question the same thing. The first thing is we are going to find out the G value. G is nothing but 60 lakhs and 60 lakhs. First thing is the total will be the same. Okay, the total will be the same. Now the second point where we will start the question with is with your commission. My dear students, there is an adjustment with regard to commission. Before charging such commission, after charging such commission. Okay. The only difference is, my dear students, net profit into percentage by 100 will be before charging the commission. After charging the commission also, net profit into percentage by 100 plus percentage. That's all. This is the two things that you have to understand. So the manager in the business can be given or paid a commission. Okay. So his commission can be paid under two conditions, either this or that. Before charging such commission or after charging such commission. If you find the word before, just multiply with the percentage. That is net profit. Net profit, the percentage will be calculated. Net profit into percent by 100. If after charging such commission is given, percentage divided by 100 plus percentage. In this question, it is before charging such commission. Correct? So now what or how will you apply? What is the net profit? Do you know what is the net profit value? No, you know that it is A. So the answer will be, or how will you frame? A into 10 percentage, 10 by 100 gives me, how much is the commission value? 2 lakh rupees. So using this, I am going to find out my A. A will be 2 lakhs into 100 by 10. 20 lakhs is my net profit value. But my dear students, you should be careful. This 20 lakh figure, you cannot take it directly here because it includes the commission. So now you should do one more step. From the 20 lakhs, you should minus the 2 lakhs. So it will come to 18 lakhs. So it will come to 18 lakhs. My dear students, did you all understand this particular adjustment? Commission can be paid before charging or after charging. Before charging means percentage or the formula will be like this. After charging, formula will be the same. But only difference is in the denominator, you will add the percentage again. Why are you doing that, madam? If you try to understand the logic here, you will forget or you will might get confused. Okay, after charging such commission means the net profit already deducts the commission. That's all. So for it to be weighed very easy, they are just taking it 100 plus percentage. In this question, you want to find out the net profit using your commission. Then you should use this formula. Okay, I found out that 20 lakhs is my net profit. But I should not take 20 lakhs directly because it includes the commission of 2 lakh rupees. Now subtract it. The value of A will be 18 lakh rupees. Everybody, what will be the value of A? 18 lakh rupees. Is this clear, everybody? Now you know what is the total value, 60 lakhs. You know all the other expenses except the selling expense. So now we are going to find out what is my selling expense. Selling expense is equal to 60,000 minus 18,000 minus 2,000 minus 13 lakh minus, not 1,000, 18 lakh, 2 lakh, 13 lakh and 26 lakhs. So it will come to 60 lakh minus 18 plus 2 is 20. This is 39. So it is 59 lakhs, correct? So my selling expenses are nothing but 1 lakh rupees. All of you please see, selling expenses are 1 lakh rupees. Now using the selling expenses, I can compute the sales value. What is the sales value? It says the selling expenses. Okay, selling expenses are nothing but the sales into 1% is equal to selling expenses of 1 lakh rupees, correct? Now the sales value will be 1 lakh divided by 1%. 1 lakh divided by 1%. It gives you how much? C value is 1 crore rupees. What is the C value? 1 crore rupees. Now after you get this, F value or the total of the trading account becomes 1 crore. Easy. Now how much will be the gross profit? 1 crore minus 45 lakhs, 55 lakhs is my gross profit. Now I bring that gross profit down, 55 lakhs. Out of the total 60 lakhs, 55 lakhs is gross profit. Other income E is nothing but 5 lakh rupees. That's all. Pari, you were asking me to do this practical question number 5. Madam, practical question 5. You asked me several times. Now did you understand? Everybody, did you understand this particular question? The first thing is only here. If you break this and get the answer of 18 lakhs, everything will come. That is what I told. Coming back to A, the net profit you will find out using this percentage. But after you get the net profit, don't forget to subtract the value of this particular 2 lakhs. Don't forget to subtract the value of this particular 2 lakhs, which is your commission. Okay. Now we go to the practical question number 1. Practical question number 1. Have you all tried the practical question number 1? I will just take the specific doubts. Okay. If I'm going to sit and do all the adjustments again, there will be no time. I have to start the unit number 2 also. Okay. Did you all try the practical question number 1? Were you able to figure it out? Or do you have any doubts with that? Did you all try your practical question number 1? Anjali Yadav says no doubt. Very good. I am so happy, Anjali. Everybody, others? If you people say no doubt in the illustration number 1, I will go ahead and start with the next unit. Everybody? You don't have to do anything but 20%. Kritika Ja, no doubt, no doubt. What is your doubt, Anjana? What is the doubt in the balance sheet? Vardhan, do you have any doubts? Aishwarya Gupta, did you try your practical question number 1? Okay, Anjana, ask what is your doubt? See, practical question number 1, very, very, very easy. Okay. But you should sit and concentratedly do. That is the major point you should be very, very careful of. Okay. Value of closing stock is given to you here, my dear students. So this is closing stock adjustment. It will go into the trading account and into the balance sheet. Now, this includes the goods returned, but no entry has been passed. For the sales return, you have not passed the entry which you should pass now. Sales return ka entry kya hota hai when you get goods back? It will be sales gets debited to the customer's account. So sales also will get reduced and also customer's account will get reduced. So this is the effect of that. Clear everybody? Now please see here, purchases include furniture purchased on January 1st, 10,000. Depreciation should be provided on furniture at 10%. All of you please see here, there is already a furniture balance here. So on the 9,000, there will be full year ka depreciation. So 9,000 into 10% is 900. But for the 10,000 rupees that you purchased in January, February, March. So the value will get reduced to 3 months. Okay. So that will give you 150 rupees. If I'm not 250 rupees, it will be the depreciation on the 10,000 value. So total depreciation will be 900 500 plus 250, 1,150. That's all. Now the fourth one. All of you please see the fourth point. They have taken a loan from Dina Bank to the extent of 1 lakh. But please see, when they have taken in two installments. The first installment is in the opening date, 50,000. The second installment is on the closing date. If this breakup is not given, my dear students, you will wrongly calculate the interest on the entire 1 lakh rupees. But now 50,000 is taken on the closing date. So on that 50,000 on the closing date, don't compute the interest, because when you take it on the closing date, not even for one day, we consider at the end of the day. So we are not even going to take that particular value for consideration. So it will be 50,000 into, my dear students, please see here, 50,000 into 12 percentage you will calculate. So 6,000 rupees will be the actual interest on the loan taken. But my dear students, already you have something paid to Dina Bank. That means out of 6,000, 3,000 is already paid. So 3,000 is interest outstanding. Very, very important. Is this clear? And then please see, sundry debtors include 20,000 due from Robert. Sundry creditors include 10,000 due to him. Whenever you have the same person both as your debtor and as the creditor, what you should do? Set it off. Madam, 20,000 Robert should give us, but we should give Robert 10,000. When you set it off, what happens? The lower of the amount will get reduced. That means what? For this, the entry will be debtors account debit 10,000 to, creditors account debit 10,000 to debtors account 10,000. That means the lesser value I am subtracting it. What I am doing? Lesser value I am subtracting it. So the sundry debtors, my dear students, all of you please see what will be the effect. What are the sundry debtors value given to you in the question? The sundry debtors are 1,20,000 already. In the 1,20,000, the first thing you are going to subtract is the 15,000 from the entry number 1. The second thing you are going to subtract is with this 10,000 that you are going to do. So 1,20,000 minus 25,000 is 95. After subtracting, on that balance, please make a 5% provision. On 95,000, 5% comes to 4,750. That's all. Clear? Now all of you please see, interest received is also there. So this is one important question. Come back here and see how many investments they have made. This Ganguly person has made investment at 25,000 at 5% in one place, and deposits also he has created. So please calculate the investment interest and the deposit interest. Both the interests put together will come to how much? This comes to 15,000. This comes to 5% on that 1,250. So total receivable interest is, the amount totally receivable is 16,250. But out of that, how much is actually received? All of you go here. How much is actually received? Interest received includes 1,000 from sundry debtors. That means in the total interest received in the trial balance, my dear students, out of 7,250, please see here, out of 7,250, sundry debtors, they have paid you interest. So receipt from the sundry debtors is this. So remaining 6,250 is received on account of investments. But actually, how much is the total receivable? You have to receive 16,250, but only received 6,250. So if you subtract 10,000 is the accrued interest receivable, 10,000. So what you should do, into your P&L account, on the credit side, take 16,250, okay, plus the 1,000 also. This 1,000 is received from the sundry debtors. This you should not forget. That is the only difference, okay? And take this outstanding under current assets in your balance sheet. That's all. As simple as that. Anjana, where is that you were exactly? Did you get stuck? You tell me. Okay, see Priyamvada ma'am, no, I am telling you, illustration number 5 and illustration number 6 we have solved in the class for the BRS. I want you to go through that session first of all, and then you have to ask me the doubts, okay? So everybody else, is this clear? Everybody else, is this clear? Can we go to the unit number 2 and finish it quickly? With this, the unit number 1, we have done all the illustrations and every practical question also. I hope you people are thorough with all the adjustments and it is quite easy. Now I come to the unit number 2, which is nothing but the manufacturing entities. What are the accounts that you need to prepare for the manufacturing entities? So my dear students, it is the same. You will have trading account, P&L account, balance sheet, but there is only one account that is getting added, which is nothing but the manufacturing account. I want all of you to please listen. Very, very important concept. Now, what is that we will be seeing in the manufacturing account? Okay. Anjana, please, you just stop that. I will tell you. When I ask, you are not telling me. Dina Bank, what is the interest that is coming from Dina Bank? It is 50,000 into 12%, which is 6,000. Total interest paid in the profit and loss account is 4,500, out of which you have the actual interest paid to Dina Bank is only 3,000. So 6,000 total you should pay, but you have paid only 3,000. So the remaining 3,000 is outstanding. If it is outstanding, take it into your balance sheet under the current liabilities. That's all. Okay. Now, all of you, please see here the manufacturing account. What and all will come into your manufacturing account? It will always deal with your manufacturing or the production process. Okay. So here you will have the raw materials and you will have the work in process. Okay. After you convert this, you get the finished goods. So the manufacturing account, what is the byproduct or what is the result of the manufacturing account? It is not profit that you're calculating. Trading account gives you gross profit. P&L account gives you net profit. Then manufacturing account gives you the cost of the goods produced. What is the goods you are producing? The cost of those goods that you produce will be given here. Cost of the goods produced. Sometimes it is getting blurred and then it's getting adjusted. Maybe my internet fault. Okay, don't worry. You will be able to see. So the manufacturing account gives you the cost of the goods produced as the final figure. Okay. Now all of you please see. What should I take? On the debit side, always it will be expenses. On the debit side, it will always be the expenses. So the first expense is with regard to your raw materials. Raw materials you are purchasing. And from the raw materials, you are preparing the finished goods. So the first expense with regard to the raw materials will be how much raw materials are consumed in the process. How do you find out? The formula is opening stock of raw materials. All of you please see here. In this account, it will be units also. It will be amounts also. Okay. Units also and amount also. Here you write the particulars. Manufacturing account, you will get the number of units and then the amount, particulars, and you should write units and the amount. Clear, everybody? So the first entry will be with regard to raw materials. WIP is work in process. The first thing will be with regard to the raw materials. So opening stock of raw materials. With that, if you have purchased something during the period, please add the purchases of the raw materials. And then if there is any closing stock, please subtract the closing stock. So the value will be the raw material consumed. So the first foremost adjustment is nothing but the value of the raw material consumed. That will be the first cost of the goods produced. Okay. Please wait, Anjana. I will teach. Why are you going very, very ahead and everything? Now come to the second value. The second one is for converting the raw materials into the finished goods, you should employ the labor. Correct? So the next one is to the labor cost. The workers who are working on the goods to convert them into the finished products, it becomes the labor. Just a minute. Okay. The laborers who are working on the goods to convert them to them, you should pay the wages. So that labor cost will come here. Is that clear? The second one is clear to everybody. Now, madam, what about the work in process? My dear students, work in process very easy. Take the opening work in process, the units and the amount on the debit side, and the closing work in process on the credit side. Because like the raw materials, you cannot have the purchases here. There is no purchases. So instead of doing opening minus closing here, show the opening on the debit side, show the closing on the credit side. Simple. Show the opening work in process on the debit side and closing work in process on the credit side. Finish. Now, madam, any other cost will it be there? Yes, there is a concept of called as overheads. Overheads are nothing but expenses. Okay, overheads, the other meaning or the other name for overheads is expenses. So, my dear students, there can be two types of overheads, indirect overheads and the factory overheads. What is the difference, madam? Those expenses which are directly connected with the process of production. Okay, those things connected directly with the process of production. For example, you are using machinery for producing the goods. The depreciation on the machinery will become your factory overheads, or let me say the normal overheads, which is depreciation on machinery. This can be one thing. The second one can be higher charges. Madam, I don't have the machinery, but I will take it on hire and I will pay the rent to the person. I will use his machinery, produce my goods and give him the charges or the rental value. So that will be higher charges, which is this. Okay. Now the third thing, higher charges. Okay. Sometimes for producing, when this COVID came, they were producing the vaccine, right? So there was one company which found out the actual vaccine. So it got the vaccine patented. Patented means only that company has the right to produce the vaccine. If somebody else has to produce the same vaccine, they have to take the permission from the original company. And for this, the original company will ask for a charge. So that is called as royalty. So for every goods or the vaccine they produce, they should give a amount to the original parent company or the patented company. So all of these charges are directly related to your production. So they will come under the direct overheads or the factory overheads, or you can also call them as prime cost. Now, my dear students, there will be something which is indirect or the other overheads. In that, if you have factory repairs and maintenance to the factory, that will come here, and then you have any other higher charges of the factory, that will also come here. Clear? Prime cost is the actual cost of your raw materials and your labor plus the factory overheads. All the three things put together is the prime cost. When you go to your intermediate level in your costing subject, you will understand the first thing is this prime cost. Okay? Clear, everybody? There is no example. Prime cost is including raw material, labor cost, and all of your factory overheads. That is your prime cost. Okay. Now, please see, credit side, will anything come? Yes. While you're manufacturing the main product, if you are getting some byproduct, when you are manufacturing or you're trying to do this buttermilk, you will get butter as the byproduct. That butter can be sold in the outside market. When you are selling the byproduct or you're selling any scrap, the value or the revenue that you will be getting should be credited to this account. Okay. So all the expenses minus these two will give you cost of the goods produced. What is this? Cost of the goods produced. This is the balancing figure that you will be getting out of this account. Where will this go, madam? This will go to the next account, that is trading account on the debit side. That's all. Trading account, debit side. Trading account, debit side. Then what will come in the trading account, ma'am? Again, opening stock is there. Again, purchase is there. Again, finished goods. Anything related to the finished goods will go into the trading account. Anything related to the Raw material work in progress has come in the manufacturing account. So you will take this directly to the trading account. Remaining jo kuch bhi hai fixed as finished goods ka opening stock, closing stock, that will go into the trading account. Is this clear? Okay, with this particular background, we are now going to see the unit number 2. There are just 3 illustrations in that illustration number 2. All of you, please see here, Mr. Vimal runs a factory which produces soaps. The following are the details available in respect of his manufacturing activities. Opening work in process, 16,000. How many units? 10,000 units. So I told you already, opening work in process will come here. It is 16,000 rupees for 10,000 units. And the closing work in progress, the value is nothing but, all of you please see, 20,000 rupees, the units is 12,000. That's all. First thing that we have entered. All of you see the next thing coming into the picture. Opening stock of raw materials, closing stock of raw materials, and the purchases. So what should you do? This will form a part of the raw materials consumed. Now, the second part of this, all of you please see here, opening stock of raw materials, the value is how much? I have to put it here. It is 1,70,000, and here it is 1,90,000, 8,20,000. Okay. What is sale of scrap or byproduct? Sale of scrap means if you are getting any scrap items or any byproducts from the production process, that you can sell it outside, Anjana. Okay, so now come here, less the closing stock. So the value will be 8 lakhs is the value of the raw material consumed. Is this clear, everybody? Any doubts till this? I just posted the opening stock, opening work in progress, closing work in progress value, and I have done the raw material consumption value. I have just computed this. Okay, now please come down. All of you please see, higher charges of the machinery is there. Higher charges of the factory is there. Okay. Now the direct wages, please see here. Direct wages is given to you as a small adjustment. Anjana, please listen when I'm teaching. Again and again, don't ask the same doubt. The direct wages is given as 2 parts. 80 paise I am paying per unit manufactured and 40 paise I am paying per unit of closing work in progress. So this will form a part of the labor charges. So now let me go to the working note. Very, very easy working note. All of you please see here. The labor charges is 80 paise per units manufactured and 40 paise the laborers are paid per unit of closing work in process. Closing work in process, how many are the units, ma? It is 12,000 units that I know here. So this comes to 4,800. How many units are manufactured? Everything is recorded. You don't have to give time to write. You have to listen when I am teaching in the class. Anjana, you're disturbing too much, ma. Units produced are 5 lakhs and 80% per unit manufactured. Everybody else is listening to the class. If you don't listen in the class and keep writing, you will not follow. So 5 lakh units manufactured into 80. So 4 lakh rupees is on the finished goods. So 4,04,800 rupees. This will be the labor cost. What is it? 4,04,800 rupees will be your labor cost from your working note 1. Clear, everybody? Yeah. Now in this question, you have the remaining overheads. Now please see, what are direct overheads? What are direct overheads? Higher charges of the machinery, only the direct overheads. That is also given not directly. 60 paise per unit manufactured. 5 lakh units are there, 60% of that. So this will be my direct expense where I will write it here. All of you please see here. Higher charges. Higher charges is 5 lakh units into 60 paise per unit, which gives you 3 lakh rupees. Which gives you 3 lakh rupees. Okay. which gives you 3 lakh rupees. Then, madam, what about the factory hire charges and the factory repairs and maintenance? That take it under other overheads. So the factory hire charges 2 lakh 20, repairs and maintenance 1 lakh 80. So when you combine both, it will give you 2 lakh 20 and 1 lakh 80. If you write, please write it here, 2 lakh 20 and 1 lakh 80. That's all. 2 lakh and 20, 1 lakh and 80. Now, can somebody please compute everything and tell me? There is nothing that you have. Yeah, 4 lakhs together. Now, all of you, can you tell me what is the cost of goods sold? In this case, you don't have any sale of scrap is zero. And then you don't have any depreciation, nothing. Everything is zero. So this much. What is the cost of the goods produced? Can somebody add everything, subtract this and tell me? 19 lakh 20,800. So 19 lakh 800. Correct. Total is 19 lakh 2,800. Subtract this 20,000, Anjana. So you will be getting 19 lakh 800. Clear, everybody? That's all is this question. Very, very simple. Now, my dear students, please see the next question or the first question, which is very simple, illustration 1, that we actually, all of you see. 1,000 units were produced in a factory. Per unit material cost is 10 rupees. Per unit labor cost is 5 rupees. Apart from that, it agreed to pay a royalty. That's all. Based on the units manufactured, simply you are going to find out the cost. So the material cost is nothing but 1 lakh units manufactured. Per unit, it took 10 rupees for us as the material cost. So 10 lakhs is the material cost. Now the labor cost. Labor cost is again 1 lakh units into 5 rupees I paid, which is 5 lakhs. Now, as a part of overhead, what is overhead? The royalty charges. For every unit manufactured, I paid them 3 rupees. So this is coming like this, 3 lakhs. This total 18 lakhs. Anjana, you asked me, no, what is prime cost? This is your prime cost. So this is your illustration number 1. What, explain me OP part? What is that OP? Other overheads, that is not OP, other overheads, that is indirect expenses. What is indirect expenses? You tell me. Repairs and maintenance to the factory building, higher charges of the factory building. That is the other charges, which is not directly related. Is illustration 1 clear to everybody, my dear students? Are you all clear with this illustration number 1? We finished illustration number 1, illustration number 2. Any doubts? Shweta, good. Others? I want everybody to answer. Where is Ujjwal? Radhika Jain, are you there? Yashi, good. Anjali Yadav, good. Hmm. Easy question, Akshit. Okay, good. Now, all of you, please see, my dear students, we will be working out the illustration number 3. Very, very important. So, this is where you can get a complete question which says prepare manufacturing, trading, P&L account and balance sheet. Okay. This is where completely it comes to the stage wherein you are preparing the manufacturing, trading, P&L and the balance sheet. Very, very important. Okay. How do we do it? Yeah, sometimes it's getting blurred. Don't worry, Ashi, it will be perfect. So how do we do it? It is very simple. Trial balance will be given, but now you need to understand what are the expenses or what are the items that will come into your manufacturing account. Very, very important. What are the things that will come into the manufacturing account and what are the things that will go into the other accounts? Okay, so the manufacturing account alone I will be doing. I want you people to finish the remaining question. Is this clear? Manufacturing account I will be doing. Don't scribble, ma. Bad habit. Don't do that. See, all of you, please see stock on 1st April. Opening stock of raw materials. Opening stock of work in process. So in my manufacturing account, raw materials consumed under this heading. First, I will take opening stock. How much is the opening stock? Opening stock is given as 21,000. You still don't know the purchases, so leave it. And then the closing stock also you don't know, so leave it. The next opening work in process, correct? That is coming to how much? Opening work in process is 9,500. 9,500. And this finished goods, my dear students, it will go into the trading account. Okay, not in the manufacturing account. Sundry debtors will go into the balance sheet. Carriage on purchases. Now, this carriage on purchases will be regarded as the raw material purchases. Okay, that I will take it here. Please see here, carriage on purchases will come here into my manufacturing account. So carriage on purchases 1,500. Madam, purchases means raw material purchases. Now all of you please see here. Yes, wages is there. Salaries is there. All of you please see here. Earlier wages, earlier purchases, carriage on purchases, you took it in the trading account. But now since you are preparing the manufacturing account and wages are related to the factory workers, this wages will now go into your, this wages will now go into here manufacturing account. How much are the wages? 13,000 are the wages that will come and sit here. Clear? So I posted the opening stock, carriage inwards, opening work in process, and this. Now all of you come down little bit. Salaries will go to P&L, telephone postage P&L, repairs to office furniture P&L, cash at bank P&L, office furniture office furniture is an asset. Cash at bank will also go to asset. Now repairs to plant. All of you please see are very, very important. When you are doing some particular repairs to the plant and machinery, that should come where? It will come in the manufacturing account. Repairs to the plant account will be 1,100. Okay. Now purchases 85,000 is nothing but the raw material purchases. So please take it under raw material consumed. Plant and machinery will again go into your balance sheet. You have rent, you have lighting. Rent and lighting, there is an adjustment which I will tell you. General expenses will go to the P&L account. Okay. Now come to the credit side. You have sundry creditors balance sheet. It will go bills payable balance sheet. It will go sale of scrap. This will come on to the credit side of your manufacturing account. Sale of scrap is 2,500. Okay. Now commission received P&L account income, provision for doubtful debts P&L account debit side, capital account is given which will go to the balance sheet, sales account to the trading account, bank overdraft to the balance sheet liability. Now please see, following additional information is given. Raw materials ka closing stock is 16,200. Semi-finished goods is work in process 7,800. Bring this to the manufacturing account. By closing work in progress, 7,800 will come here. Anjana, stop doing that. Please stop the annotations. Tech support, are you there? She's going on scribbling on that. This closing stock of 16,200 for the raw materials will come here. Anjana, I'm telling you purposefully, don't write. Again and again you're writing. Are you all kids that you are doing again and again the same thing? Telling don't do it. You want to disturb the class? Please exit the class. That's it. Now all of you please see salaries and wages unpaid. So here there is wages unpaid to the extent of 2,000. Unpaid wages is nothing but outstanding. So total wages is how much? 13,000 that you have taken to the manufacturing account. But now my dear students, that particular wages account plus outstanding wages of 2,000 will be added here, which is 13,000 plus 2,000 will be added. That is nothing but 15,000 will come here. Then what about outstanding wages, madam? It will go into the balance sheet under the current liability. So this is the adjustment that I made. Now please see the next adjustment. Now please see the next adjustment here. Machinery is to be depreciated by 10 percentage. If I talk about machinery, it should go to the manufacturing account. I told you if they are manufacturing using the machinery, that depreciation should go there. Okay. Provision for doubtful debts. Okay. This will come in the P&L. Now please see, office premises occupy 1/4 of the total area. Lighting is to be charged 2/3 to the factory, 1/3 to the office. So first, what is the machinery value? Can we all check? The machinery value will be 70,000. On that, do you have any additions? No. 70,000 into 10 percentage is the depreciation to machinery or to the plant. 7,000 will come here. That is 70,000 into 10 percentage. Why, madam, you are taking the plant depreciation here is because that 10 percentage will be coming only here. Okay. Office furniture depreciation will go to P&L account. Provision for doubtful debts will go to P&L account. All of you please see the total rent. How much is being paid? The rent paid is 6,000. This is for both factory and office. So they have given you a clue. 1/4 of the rent is paid for office. So the remaining 3/4 is paid for the factory. So 6,000 into 3/4 gives you 4,500. Correct? So this 4,500 is paid for the factory. Whatever is paid for the factory, please take it to the manufacturing account. And the remaining 1/4, which is paid for the office, should go into your P&L account. Same way for lighting also. Electricity charges is the meaning. Lighting ka. So how much is that? 1,350. This is divided among factory and with an office like this. It goes 2/3 to the factory and 1/3 to the office. So now when you do 2/3, 900 will sit here in your manufacturing account to lighting. And the remaining 450 will sit in your P&L account debit side. It will sit in your P&L account debit side. As simple as that. That's all. Sale of scrap, everything you have recorded. Can somebody tell me what is the value of the cost of the goods produced? Cost of the goods produced. Anybody? Ujjwal says 1,19,000. Everybody agree with that? Is this the answer? 1,19,000? Aisha Maniar also says that good. The others? Akshit says that good. Tanya Sharma, good. Next. Neha, good. Shweta, good. Mansi, but good. Paribor, good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. Kritika, Radhika, super. Everybody have done this? Perfect. So with this particular unit also comes to an end. There are only 3 illustrations. And after this, please go back home and do trading account, P&L account and balance sheet. Asta Vishwakarma. Good. Now let us very quickly go to the practical questions. Practical questions also, there are 3 practical questions. Okay. Which the first one is like your illustration number 2 that we have done. Very, very easy. Please do it. Illustration 1, try. Illustration number 2 also is easy that I will work out now. Illustration number 3 is a full-fledged question like what we have done right now. Salary, accrued and all of this. So please prepare or practice this also. It will be very, very helpful. So practical question 1 and 3 are homeworks for you. Now let us go to the MCQ and then see the practical question number 2. Very easy MCQs, yeah? All of you please see. understatement of closing work in process. That means in the manufacturing account, if you are going to reduce the closing work in process this side, credit side, what will happen? Understate the closing work in process this side, then what will happen? It will be understate the cost of goods manufactured, overstate the current assets, understate the net income, or none of the three. What is the answer? When you reduce the closing work in process, when you reduce the closing work in process, you are going to nothing but, when you reduce the closing work in process, what will happen? When you reduce, the debit side will be more. Where is this? When you reduce the closing work in process, your cost of goods sold or cost of goods produced, will it increase or decrease? You tell me, will it increase or decrease? All of you please see, when closing work in process reduces, your cost of goods sold value increases. When cost of goods produced value increases, your net income for that period decreases, because the effect is not in the manufacturing account, the effect is in the trading account, in the P&L account. When you reduce the credit side this side, the expenses will be more, correct? So that is why your profit or the income will be understated or it will be reduced. Okay, it will be understated or reduced. So what is the first one option? Yeah, all of you please tell me the first one option. Option 1 is C. C is the option. Understate the current year income. I will give you break 2 minutes. It is the current year income. Clear, everybody? So one option is C, Mansi, but okay, good. Now all of you please see the next point. Second question. I don't want anybody scribbling again on the screen, okay? Sales is equal to cost of goods sold minus gross profit, cost of goods sold plus gross profit minus cost of goods sold. You tell me, this question I am not going to answer. Option 2, the option is option 2. What it is? Second one, the option is B. Very, very good. Sales is nothing but cost plus profit. So cost of goods sold plus profit is nothing but the sale value. 2B is the option. Good. Next one, all of you please see the third question. Indirect manufacturing expenses are also called as manufacturing overhead, production overhead, works overhead. Yes, it is called by all the three names. The question number 3 option is D. Sale value of the byproduct. Whenever you have a byproduct or a scrap, when you sell, you will credit to which account? Yeah, you will credit to the manufacturing account. So the fourth one option is A. Now, the manufacturing account shows the total cost of manufacturing of the finished product. It provides the details of the factory cost. It facilitates reconciliation of the financial books with the cost record, and all of the three. The option is all of the three. You will get the cost of the goods produced, you will get the factory cost breakup, and you will also be able to reconcile. The manufacturing account is nothing but your costing account. Okay, good, Akshay. So this is the 5 questions MCQ. Give me a 5-minute break within which you people finish your illustration number 3, and then we will be meeting to do the practical question number 2. Is that okay? All of you please work out the particular question. I will show it on the board, which is your illustration number 3. Please complete the remaining part of that question. I don't want anybody scribbling on this particular thing. Open your question and start doing it. Karma, kerchief edi? Nago. No, no. So you all completed, everybody? Did you all complete? Anjana does not stop writing, scribbling, scribbling, scribbling. Did you all write? You got the answers? Take the screenshot of the board. Yeah, you can, ma. Did you all finish? You all got the answers? Easy? Perfect. Now all of you take the screenshot. Whoever wanted to take the screenshot of the board. Now I'm going to do the practical question number 2. Now the practical question number 2 has 3 accounts for you. Okay? So it is quite easy and very, very simple to do the question where we will be. All of you please come back. See the question. All of you please see here. Following are the manufacturing account, raw material account and creditors account. Find out the missing figures. See raw material account, there are a lot of missing figures. Okay. So first let us go to the creditors account and then first balance this account. So in the creditors account, you have the opening balance, you have the closing balance and you have the cash paid. So what are your purchases? All of you please see in the credit side, what are your purchases? So first thing is, from my creditors account, I will get the purchases value. Very, very simple. So first close the account, which is very, very easy for you, which is very, very straightforward for you. All of you please see creditors account will be the first point I will be taking. By opening balance to closing balance to bank. So by purchases will be the point. Okay. What are the values? What is the opening balance? 15 lakh, 6 lakh, 22 lakh. So 28 lakh, 28 lakh, 15 lakh is 13 lakh is the purchases balancing figure. 13 lakh. Good. Now raw materials account. Let us go to raw materials account. This is opening stock. This is purchases which comes from the creditor account. This is by sales. Not by sales, by closing stock. And this will be the consumed part. Okay. Now you know only the opening stock for the raw material. What is the opening stock given? Only 1 lakh rupees. Now from this 13 lakh, I will take 13 lakh here. Madam, this is also question mark. This is also question mark. What do I do? Now go to your manufacturing account. Your manufacturing account is given there clearly. Everybody please see, manufacturing account is given here clearly. So first take your manufacturing account as it is given to you in the question. Go to the question. All of you please see here. All of you please see here in the manufacturing account, 2 raw materials consumed. Okay, that is a question mark. You don't know. And then this side, 2 wages, 2 depreciation, 2 direct expenses. Okay. All of you please see wages value is 3,50,000 and this side it is 2 lakh rupees and then it is 2 lakh and 44,000 and by cost of goods manufactured is 17 lakh and 94,000. Excuse me. Now, my dear students, if you balance this 17 lakh 94,000, 17 lakh and 94,000. Okay. Now subtract the addition of all of these three. 15 lakh 50, 12 lakh and this, the raw materials consumed comes to 10 lakhs. Okay. Now put that 10 lakhs here. What will be the closing stock? It will be 14 lakh total minus this 4 lakh is the closing stock. That's all. Now, my dear students, the question does not get over here. Here, they are telling you, manufacturing account में जो कुछ भी expenses है, there are few revisions. उसमें तो कुछ mistakes हुआ है, that you people need to correct it, and then you are supposed to find out the revised cost of goods manufactured. See here, purchase of machinery worth 10 lakhs has been omitted. Machinery is chargeable at 10%. Is chargeable at 10%. So what is this? On 10 lakhs, 10% depreciation you forgot. So now you are supposed to add that. So with this, with 2 lakh rupees, 10 lakh into 10% gives you 1 lakh. So now the total depreciation changes to how much? 3 lakh rupees. Earlier 2 lakhs, now 1 lakh that you have forgotten. So the total depreciation comes to 3 lakh rupees. Did you understand this particular part, everybody? Did you all understand this particular part? Two lakh is already the depreciation. You should charge the person more. Okay. So now coming here, already depreciation Anjana is 2 lakhs. Now they are telling me, okay, please see here, I will do this. Already depreciation given to you in the manufacturing account is 2 lakhs. Okay, this point is accepted. Now when you read the question, they say, please see here, read the question, they say, purchase of machinery of 10 lakhs is forgotten. Omit hua hai. Uske liye on the 10 lakhs, please charge depreciation now, which comes to 1 lakh. So ye hai plant ka. So abhi revised value of depreciation is 3 lakhs. So now I am taking the 3 lakh value to where? I am taking the 3 lakh value after adding 1 lakh to my manufacturing account. Clear hai ye wala? Any doubts? Everybody? If you say okay, I will go to the next point. Whoever has asked me, Neha, Pari, Shweta. Okay, good. Now we are going. RM means raw material. RM. What is RM? This is PM, plant and machinery. That RM means raw material. You're half the time writing, not even concentrating. Okay. Wages include paid to factory workers 3 lakh, paid to labor at office 50,000. Out of 3 lakh 50,000, 3 lakhs is paid to the factory workers. Okay. But office mein jo kuch bhi 50,000 is paid. Should you show it in the manufacturing account? Should you show it in the manufacturing account? No. So 3 lakh 50,000 minus 50,000, because the remaining 50,000 will go where? To your P&L account. Any expense of the office should go to P&L account and not in my manufacturing account. Okay. Now come here. Direct expenses also there is an adjustment. What's happening to my camera today? Direct expenses also there is an adjustment. Now all of you please see the direct expenses ka adjustment. I'm just sharing the screen. I will show you the video. There's some problem. Now the direct expenses include direct expenses ka total hai 2,44,000. Out of which all of you please see here. All of you see here. Electricity charges of 80,000, out of which 30 percentage pertained to office. That means out of 80,000, 30 percentage will not come here. So 80,000 into 30 percentage is how much? 24,000. So that you should first exclude it, correct? That you should first exclude it. All of you please see, out of 2,44,000, 24,000. How madam 24,000? Electricity charges total 80,000 into 30 percentage is 24,000. This pertains to the office. So subtract that particular value minus, that is 24,000. Okay. The next one is, the next adjustment is, all of you please see the screen. Fuel charges 20,000. That is okay. No problem. I can have the fuel charges. So that is in the manufacturing account. It is correct. No problem. Freight inwards 35,000. That is also correct. No problem, because it has to come in the manufacturing account. Now delivery charges to the customer. Madam, delivery charges to the customer is a P&L account item. It should not come here. So that 20,000 also I will subtract it. So 2,40,000 44,000 minus 24,000 minus 20,000. So it will come to 2 lakh rupees. Is this clear? So we have revised everything. Now what happens? 10 lakh. This will remain the same. Raw materials, even if there are mistakes here also, that is not an issue. Ye wala will get changed. What is the total cost of goods manufactured might get changed, but not your raw materials figure. Raw material 10 lakh still, plus 3 lakh, plus 3 lakh, plus 2 lakh. So the total gets rearranged to 18 lakhs. So 17 lakh 94,000 now gets changed. Yeah, now gets changed to 18 lakhs. So now the final thing will be 18 lakhs. There is some issue with my camera. Just a minute. I'm just reconnecting it. Did you all understand? I can't rejoin now. The class is getting over. This is the last question. Okay. So all of you please see, I have rectified these three things. 10 lakh, 3 lakh, 3 lakh and 2 lakh. This comes to 18 lakh. And again, the cost of goods manufactured from the previous 17 lakh 94, it gets increased to 18 lakh. Okay. It gets increased to 18 lakh. Malli asta akkada pettu. Are you clear with this? How did we change? So that's all with regard to this particular question. Practical question number 2 over. Any doubts? So with this, we come to the fag end of the chapter number 7. I want all of you. Yes, ma, Ujjwal, raw material account. Why creditors means I purchase the goods or raw materials from the creditors. So this purchases is raw material purchases. So that is why I have taken this into my raw material account. So creditors account gives you the purchases intended for the raw material. That is why we have taken this. Clear? So I think Priya ma'am is here. So from my side, it is done. Next month, I will join for the last chapter. Okay. Chapter number 11. Yes, Priya.
Yes. Is there any other query? Okay, I think each and every concept has been clearly mentioned and cleared here in the class, and all the questions have been taken care of. Please, my humble request, I keep on requesting you again and again, do practice each and every question which has been done here, as well as the questions which have been there in the study material, including test your knowledge questions. All the questions should be done from your own hand with the register on the register, and then see whether you are able to tally the balance sheet or not. And if not, what is the reason? What are the discrepancies? Along with this, please students go through the true and false also. Usually you get a question of true and false of 12 marks. 6 true and false, 6 into 2, 12 marks, 2 marks each. But those true and false question would require reasoning also. If you're giving just true or false, you'll not get marks. Rather, you need to write a reason also that why you're writing true or false. So it is very important to go through each and every true false mentioned in the study material. So that also the concept, so that you'll be able to understand and have a grip on the concept. Because that question is basically made to prepare you or to analyze your understanding level. Okay, Anjana, you have sent some questions. Which questions you're saying? You were writing all the questions. Have you practiced questions? Hiranmi, I cannot hear you.
Yeah, she's asking the illustration questions only. So I asked her to go back and refer to that class. Okay, where it is there.
So
I've already
if this
taught.
has been already done, this illustration 5 has already been done, Anjana, you're requested to please see the recording. First, see the recording. If you are unable to understand, solve it and see the recording. And if it has been already been cleared, so you should please refer the recording and try to understand. Then why are you unable to understand if you have seen the recording?
Kartikeya Agarwal, inventory ka question will come back, okay? So we'll come back and we will clarify it, but I will do it before I leave this class, okay? You don't have to worry.
Can we see, Hiranmi? Can we see that illustration? Which one illustration you have to tell? Illustration 5, Anjana. Is it illustration 5? Tell me, Anjana. Okay. Can we open that illustration 5 and tell
Yeah,
me the
okay.
adjustment? Please write in the chat box the adjustment number.
Where are we? Okay, I should open the illustration number. Okay. అక్కడ పెంటమ్మకి రాజా illustration. That is an adjusted cash book question, Priya. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an entire lot of explanation. If she refers, that will be better.
She said that she has referred. Let us allow her to speak. Let's see what is her problem in this question. All
She's
the
been,
adjustment 1, 3, 6, 7.
everything is clearly been explained. Just a minute. What is the exact doubt that you have? I think we can unmute you, Anjana. She's been really, really impatient. She was scribbling completely on the board, like whenever I was showing the textbook, in spite of telling her not to do.
Anjana?
She's very impatient.
Anjana, unmute yourself first. Anjana, do you want us to take this query?
Or you're simply asking, you just tell me. Because already it's been explained 2 times on your recording also. So if you
You
go through it, it
unmute
will be easy.
yourself first. Why were you scribbling during the class?
Many
Unmute
times I
yourself,
told.
please. Unmute yourself. Why are you unable to unmute yourself? Because I've given you the right to unmute yourself. What is your problem in this adjustment number 5? The bank credited rupees 20,000 to X in error. So I am trying to write my query, my mic is not working. If your mic is not working, but that doesn't mean you scribble again and again and disturb the faculty. Please understand, the board is doing this thing to help you out, to make you understand the concept. And in the middle of concept, if you keep on scribbling, the faculty get distracted. Please understand this. When you were in your classes in class 11th and class 12, there was some discipline which has to be maintained by the students. Agreed? So this way you can also be patient. She takes all your queries. No, you have to be a little patient rather than disturbing the faculty. So I would expect you should not do this again. All right. And this query here on 6 September 2022, the bank credited rupees 20,000 to X in error.
What are her queries? 1367, 57,
1567.
1, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. See, Anjana, you please listen. Query number 1. A check for 13,14,000 deposited. Okay. This one and the 7th one. Checks issued but not presented for payment. Both of them are timing difference. If you are going to prepare an adjusted cash book, this will be coming as a BRS item. Okay. So you will be taking into your BRS. Now, if you ask me the effect, these are the basic timing differences. When a check is deposited, which is your adjustment one, your cash book will be more, passbook will be less. Do it accordingly. When checks are issued, your cash book will be less, passbook will be more. Do it accordingly. Okay. Now coming back to the 5th and 6th. Okay. There is an error in the bank. I told you
Yeah.
errors can be of two types, made by the bank or made in the cash book. If made in the cash book, you will take it to the adjusted cash book. But this error, who has made? The bank has made. So bank has credited this person's account in error. So this error has to go to the BRS. What is the effect of this error? Your account has received an unexpected credit. Even if it is by mistake, what is the effect of it? Your passbook will be more to that extent, and in the cash book, there is no entry at all. Passbook is more, cash book will be less. Clear? That is also a BRS item. Deal with it accordingly. Now, the sixth one, a bill of exchange 1,40,000 was discounted by X with his bank. This bill was dishonored, but no entry has been made. I told you very clearly, when there is a check dishonor or when there is a bill dishonor, the immediate effect will first come in the bank statement. So your bank account will get debited, okay? Because earlier they gave you the money. Now when you are discounting or dishonored, the bank will take the money from your account only because they've given you the money. Clear? So when this happens in the bank, that means your account is reduced. Now this is something which has to be adjusted in the cash book because transactions happening at the bank should now be given in the adjusted cash book. When you have to bring here in the cash book, here also you should record it on the credit side because it is like a payment. Bank is taking money from you, so you have to record it on the credit side of the adjusted cash book. That's all. Clear?
Okay. And if you're doing the entries in the adjusted cash book, you should not repeat those entries in bank reconciliation statement. It has to become either in adjusted cash book or in
Or
bank reconciliation statement. Okay. And see, for all these queries, please refer to the previous adjustment. Are you able to understand this? First, tell me if you are able to understand this illustration. Anjana, are you able to understand this?
illustration
Anyway,
8 I have taken in the class. I would request you
yes,
to go back and
please.
see that. Okay.
Yeah, please see the recordings. And thank you, students. Please practice all the questions from your own hand and do each and every questions from your own hand. Will come on Wednesday for the next chapter and the next class. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Hiranvi, for
Thank
the
you.
class.
Thank you, Priya. Thank you,
Thank
everybody. See you next month. Bye.
you. Yeah. Tech support आप